I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay.
I'd like to dye ocean blue and
And
like to get a trim as well.
try with ocean blue, it's like an ombre, or you want the whole hair?
Just the half. The
Client came in with super long and thick virgin hair wanting to do a soft pink ombre. I started by teasing every section and heavily saturating it with 20 volume lightener using my hands before letting it process in the foil. I let each section process for about 25 minutes and then removed the foils to make sure everything was perfectly lifted before rinsing. I always make sure to resaturate the lightener before rinsing to make sure everything is at the same level and that there weren't any dark spots that didn't lift. I then used Amiga's purple shampoo and let that sit for a few minutes to pre-tone before glossing with Pulp Riot Soft Pink Express Toner. And the results were absolutely perfect. We were so obsessed with how soft and dimensional this color was and how healthy her hair still felt. The color looked so good with her natural hair and she was so in love. This is my amazing client Amanda of almost 3 years, and she always lets me surprise her and do whatever I want. She wants to know nothing that's going on until it's done. She had about 3 inches of regrowth, so the first thing I did was apply 20 volume lightener and foils about a ½ inch away from the scalp down to where the hair was already lightened. I let it sit in foils so that it can create warmth and process more evenly, and then once that's ready I apply lightener onto the roots as well. I then used Kenra's color remover on the mid-shaft of her hair where the previous color was still pigmented and let that process for about 20 minutes. While she was sitting, I mixed up all the different blue tones I wanted to use and then covered them all up with foils so that she couldn't see what color scheme that we were going to be working with. I pre-toned her hair with Smoky Silver Express Toner from Pravana to kick the warmth as much as possible, and we were left with a pretty even lift besides the little pink bands. I decided to section out all of the band and add it into the top section where I would be applying the darkest color so I knew that it would cover, and then braided away the rest of the hair to stay super neat. Even though I left the band in the money piece, I used it as my blending point and color and saturated it a few times to make sure that it covered. I then applied all the different blue tones underneath in the same sequence going back on both sides, and she was so obsessed and surprised with the outcome. We also cut her hair a few inches before applying the blue tone so her hair was super healthy and hydrated, which helps the color take evenly. These colors just blended together so beautifully. She told me to come up with my own color technique and something I'd never seen before, which was a challenge, but I love her for trusting me so much. I'm absolutely in love with the outcome and so is she, and this process was just so much fun for me to do. My client came in with completely virgin hair and wanted to go as close to a silvery white as possible. She also wanted to chop a few inches since her hair had gotten so long over quarantine, so before starting the color I got rid of some excess length. I went in and did a full head of back-to-back slices, painting upwards, leaving about ½ an inch on the scalp so that I can easily apply a shadow root. When I do a double process, the most important thing I focus on is saturation. When I remove the foils, you never see any dark spots because I make sure the lightener is applied evenly. I let each section process in 10-minute intervals, checking until it's lifted enough to match the inside of a banana peel. I shadowed her root with 789 from Color Touch and glossed her hair with 10 SP from Gaitan. She looked so beautiful with her new hair. This transformation was so much fun. She came in with some leftover box color on the very end and some lightened pieces where she used overtone on top of them. We decided on going in and lightening everything as even as possible, starting from about ½ an inch away from the scalp down to the ends first. Once that processed, I applied lightener onto the root as well and allowed that to process for about 20 more minutes. We were actually so happy with the lift, and since we were going for an emerald green, I knew the color would be dark enough to cover any yellow tones or any unevenness that remained. I decided to do a tiny test strand in the back where the orange kind of stayed a little bit to make sure that the green I mixed up was going to cover everything perfectly. We then sectioned out 2 chunks on the side where we were going to tone it white for a super high contrast, and I braided them away to stay as neat as possible. I used Pravana to create the green and Gaitang's 10 SP for the white on the sides, and we were completely obsessed with the result. She looked like a beautiful forest fairy, and I had so much fun making this vision come to life.
He only likes her because she's old. She's probably like 25. Oh, she's just a fat-ass white girl, you know?
I think you mentioned she was fat.
She's got a head start. I mean, I didn't even know there was good music until like 2 months ago.
Hey, this really burns. You should rinse.
When I got this idea, I just thought, I have to do it!
I can't hear anything you're saying. Oh, God. Did I look so good?
don't even know what to say. Flatter her. Girls like that. Tell her you love her eyes, her lips, her hair, the way she parts her hair. In fact, tell her you love all her parts. Oh no, I can't say that.
The dreaded green. You guys, I pulled this foil out of this client's hair and her hair was mint green. So what we're going to do is we're going to counteract that with the color wheel by using the Care Color Rose Gold mixed with the hot pink. I'm going to really work it through. As you guys see, the main thing I'm doing is I'm putting it directly on the areas that are the most green, and then I'm really agitating it and working it through with my hands side to side. Here is the hair after I painted it. Thank goodness for the color wheel. I hope this helps you guys.
Please rise for our national anthem.
Open up the safe, bitches got a lot to say. Pussy in your face, that'll put you in your place. 7 letters.
Watch me go from dark brown to platinum in one session. Okay, bleach number 1. Yes, lather it on, baby. Burn my scalpels. The girl is already lifting. Alright, it's been on a minute. She drying up. Is it green? No chill. Okay, first wash done. Get them roots. Second bleach, yeah, get it, I guess. Serving some Draco Malfoy vibes for sure. Shit be itchin' and burnin', but look at that paste. Microwave me, you have. Oh, what? This man is a hair god. My hair's still looking healthy. I love it.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad there's no controlling me, my thoughts. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody.
It's really not that bad. It just needs a little shaping. To the salon!
I love it.
Okay, so we're doing a dramatic hair transformation today. Her ends are super dead, so we both agreed that it was best to just chop them off. And when I say her ends, I meant most of her hair. So we're really both excited about this big change. She originally wanted to be an all over copper color, but we decided it wasn't best for her lifestyle since she wants to be more low maintenance. So instead I'm doing a teasy baby light, and this will give a similar effect and give her an all over copper look, but still keeping dimension so it's more on the low maintenance side. At the beginning of the year, we colored her hair in all over black, and as a result, this is how she lifted, which isn't a huge deal in her case since she wants to be copper, but I thought this was the perfect opportunity to show you guys why you should definitely think twice before having your hair colored permanent black. For toner, of course, I'm using Redken Shades EQ, 6CR, 7C, and a dash of 8GI. I let her process for the full 20 minutes, and then I perfected her haircut, and this was the final result. We were both super happy. This is giving me very much fall pumpkin spice latte vibes. And she'll be back in about a month or two for a fresh toner.